Da-na-na. I'm Bruce. I'm on the loose. I'm. Why you hitting yourself? What's up, guys? It's me, Dana DeLorenzo, a.k.a. Kelly Maxwell from Ash vs. Evil Dead, and you are listening to Bruce on the Loose Podcast. Loose and a Bruce Podcast. Yeah. Here's the stars. In case you're wondering, keep listening, subscribe, and get loose.
Get loose.
That sounded terrible. Get loose. Anyway, Kelly would say get loose.
Oh my God.
The Bruce on the Loose Podcast, everybody.
Right. If this woman's performing, I want to know where to buy a ticket.
You just did.
Oh, I got a ticket. Oh, baby.
Say Bruce on the Loose Podcast.
Bruce on the Loose Podcast.
Da-na-na!
Hello, everybody. This is Dino Lorenzo.
And I'm Abby Fagan.
And this is Bruce on the Loose. Thank you so much for checking in. Now, we have a big episode for you this time. We'll be talking about the Sinister Creature Con in Sacramento, California. But there's a couple of things we have to get to first. We finally met in Sacramento, California. It was so crazy. Amazing. You know, you do a show with somebody, you never see them, because we don't do the video chat thing either. It's all audio, and boom, then you see it in person. And you were looking sexy that day. Your hair was like flowing in a mane. You know, you looked like the Khaleesi, man. You were wearing that white shirt. You were good. They'll see on the YouTube version.
So
how was it to meet in person for you?
It was very, very nice. You're much pleasant on the eye. I can't talk today.
Oh, thank you very much. See, but I got it better because I got you, and then I got Ron as well. Rockin' Ron, your husband. He was awesome. He was at the show with us. So it's great to meet you guys. You guys are wonderful.
Aw, you're wonderful. I kind of miss you.
Yeah, I'm believe me, I know. My buddy asked me yesterday, were you nervous? And I was like, no, not at all. You know, we talk on the phone so much and in chat and this and that we were already friends.
Second nature. It wasn't a surprise for me either.
I was just like nothing.
It was just like, oh, hey, Dino, how are you?
Isn't that great, though? But it was still awesome. And we had a blast going around the con.
Oh, God, it was so much fun.
One of the best cons that I have ever been to. Now, it wasn't like the biggest con I've ever been to and didn't have such high-profile guests, but the guests that it had were just perfect. You know, people from a show that we love, and they had it was great. I think it was, honestly, I had the most fun. But that could be because of you and what we were doing there anyway, you know?
It's always nice because it is smaller, and you get more time with these big names. Without
a doubt. Now, another thing, I mean, all the creative artists that were there have, you know, with all their stuff on displays, masks and sculptures and jewelry. I mean, just amazing stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I loved that creativity.
Isn't that fun?
All in the horror vein, you know? So yeah, amazing show. So before we get into exactly what took place there, have you heard of the hashtag #BringBackBoomstick movement?
Well, duh.
I was asking them. I'm not asking you. I know that you know what it is. So now that you know what it is, why don't you tell them what it is? What's Bring Back Boomstick?
Bring Back Boomstick is for season 4.
Right.
And 5. And
now
6,
that's started by 1428elm.com.
Yeah, Susan Layton.
Our buddy Susan Layton, the great Susan Layton. We picked up that banner and we ran with it as well. And
yes,
that's what it is. Now, you know what? This is probably not going to air before Halloween, unfortunately, because we're about to blitz stars. We did it on Friday the 13th. We are about to do it on October 31st, so we will let you know how that turns out. We are going to get them on Twitter and on their Facebook accounts for stars, right? Everybody in the Bruce Campbell fan club that's all 52,000 members. We're going to let stars know that we want them to bring back Boomstick.
Bring back Boomstick. Hashtag that.
That's right. Do it. Don't do it for us. Do it for Bruce. Do it for Ash. Right. And what's actually the 4 things that you have to do? You created a video that can be seen in the fan club.
The Screwhead's Guide to Renewing. There you go. Ash vs. Evil Dead. Step 1. Download the Stars app. Do a 30-day free trial. Binge the show. Delete the app. Cost you $0.
Yeah, baby.
Step 2. Purchase the stars through your local cable provider. Cost you, the prices vary from area and company.
Right.
Step 3. Purchase the show's DVDs, Blu-rays, merchandise is important. If you fork over the dough, you get the show. Hey. Step 4. Introduce your friends and start binge watching today.
There you go. That's what it was. I have no friends, which is why I forgot the 4th step.
You don't have to do all 4, but you better just do something.
How do you personally do it?
For me, I purchase merchandise and I buy the DVDs.
Nice.
I had the app for a minute, but I'd already used my free trial.
I'll let you slide. You buy the DVDs, all right? We'll
I
give
do.
it to you.
And I buy
We'll
the
give it to
shirt.
you. Yeah. But anyway, support the show.
Yeah.
End of story. You like the show.
True.
You like Bruce. Do you think he deserves to earn a living, giving us such enjoyment? Then get the damn show, all right? If you don't, we're not going to have a season 4. And we're not going to have a 4th movie either. I think the franchise will be dead. You know why? Because nobody supported it. So why would they continue it past that?
Do you think that they are going to do a 4th movie if it does happen? Like, I don't think.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think so.
Yeah, so the only thing that this is it.
Here's
You
a
get the Ash
franchise
versus Evil Dead, right?
whose own fan base would rather steal it and allow it to not be produced anymore. Who's going to put money behind that? They're going to have to go door to door again to doctors and dentists.
Yeah, and even
people
Sam
who don't
Raimi's
know.
like, I'm done, skis.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, this could be the end. And we asked some people some questions about this that we're going to get to in a minute. So hashtag #BringBackBoomstick. No matter what date you're listening to this, I mean, if it's a year from the date that it comes out or whatever, again, hashtag #BringBackBoomstick. We're gonna go with
All
that.
the way
Right.
through season 3. We gotta, so that you can get your season 4,
Absolutely.
When
And
did they-
until the
when did
day
they do
season
that?
4 comes out, I'm going to do it.
Right?
Right.
Just make sure every post you do, just hashtag #BringBackBoomstick. What's the hurt?
That's right. And you can visit bringbackboomstick.com. That's run by our buddy, Emmanuel Crivello. Great guy.
Evil Dead Italia.
Yes. And great dude, wonderful dude, fully behind this. Go up there and it'll route you to every social platform that we're on. And it'll let you know where we're at in the movement. So check us out there.
Absolutely. And you can find my video.
Yes. And for that, you go to brucecampbell.com.
Right.
Isn't it great? Like he's got your video on his website, because he's fully behind it. We've been tweeting this out. Dana DeLorenzo, Ray Santiago, all of them are behind it. Am I wrong?
No, they're all behind it.
On Twitter, absolutely. They're in full support of it. They know about it. We spoke to them about it.
Yes.
And that's where we're at right now. So Abby and I meet at Sinister Creature Con in Sacramento, California. The Scottish Rite Center, nice building, several different rooms. I like that too. It wasn't just all one big room. You had your main room, but there was different rooms and then panel rooms. Great. They have it there every year, same place.
Yep, and they're doing it twice this upcoming year.
Wow.
At the Scottish Rite Center.
See, it's that popular. They're now expanding to twice a year, which I can completely see. I want to come next year. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, you should.
We had a blast. So we
It was
meet,
so fun.
and there we go. And so I say, what do we do first? And what did we do first, right? For the Evil Dead people.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
And of course, who did we see first? Our buddy Danny Hicks.
Yes, and he was so lovey.
I'm telling you, you two were crushing on each other. It was so cute.
Did you see our picture?
Absolutely. So yeah,
He's all hugging on me.
yeah, we get a picture with Danny. Danny is one of the coolest guys you'll ever meet. He sat there.
He's so fun.
We asked him questions. He answered the questions, and then he told us some things that he said, "Don't repeat that." So we have some, exclusive answers. I got my question answered about the Dark Man line, but again, we can't exactly go into it. And I respect him enough. I will never, betray that. So thank you very much, Danny. It was awesome. And what did he say to you? How come I haven't been on the podcast yet?
He's like, when do I get to be on the podcast? And I'm like, when do you want to be on the podcast?
Right. And then I told him, of course, it's an honor to have you, to speak to you on the podcast. But I'm saving you for the Evil Dead 2 episode and maybe the Dark Man episode. And he was like, absolutely, let me know.
And the Intruder episode.
I could bring him back all the time. He's a great guy.
The Wizard of Oz. No, he is a great guy. My name is Bruce. That would be a good one if we could get Danny Hicks and Timothy Quill.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious.
That'd be awesome. Oh my gosh, but that's later down the line. I told him November.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Next episode,
mid-November or something like that, right?
Right, and we're gonna up our production schedule too. We're banging them out, baby. We're banging them out for you people. But back to Danny Hicks for a second. So we're talking to Danny, right? I mean, we started to talk about tattoos, and we were talking with Tim. Right, the guy who is one of the organizers of the Great dude. He's got some tats, and we were all talking about tattoos, and Danny has some awesome tattoos on his left inner forearm.
Yeah.
And he said, take a look at that. And we looked, and he let me take a picture of it too. I'll show you guys on the YouTube. And he said, you know what that is? And I said, no, they were a bunch of different numbers. He said, those are numbers that only mean something to me.
That's a pretty awesome tattoo. And
Absolutely.
It was a really nice tattoo.
Yeah, it really was. And it was like, okay, that's cool. Because people look at it and go, okay, that's a cool design. The way the numbers are all laid out, it looks like a clock face at points. And,
yeah.
But then you're like, what does that mean? It means something only to him, and he ain't telling, So he said he waited until he was 65 years old to get the first tattoo. And then he said, he won't live long enough to regret it.
Right.
Because we were talking about getting, the silly tattoos that you regret years later, but that's definitely not something you'd regret, I guess, for a tattoo that has so much meaning for you.
Right. And it only had meaning for you. So, right. I mean, it takes a lot for somebody to get a tattoo. You were supposed to get a tattoo in Sacramento.
Yeah. No, yeah. I was kidding about that. We were going to get one together.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. And what happened? Like you chickened out. That's why we didn't get them.
Oh, is that why?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm afraid of needles.
Are you? So you'll never get a tattoo? You're saying you don't even get pierced?
Nope. I don't have any piercings, no tattoos. I'm deathly afraid of needles.
All right.
But I get my blood drawn, and I give blood every,
Is that good, or
blood drive, so.
Does it scare you?
I don't know. I guess the big needles don't scare me, because those things are, like, gigantic.
Yeah, why do they need to make it so gigantic? They're not going that deep.
Yeah, but they're drawing a lot of blood out.
Right. Okay.
Time is of the issue, of the matter.
Essence.
Something like that.
Time is of the essence. That's a good one. So there's Danny Hicks, and his was the first table. And the next table we hit up
Ted Raimi
was our favorite Ted Raimi. Now, was Ted cool or not?
Oh, God, I love Ted.
He was so much cooler than I thought. I mean, I knew he was cool, but we walk up and he's like, hey, hi, guys. And, I told him my mother loves him, so I told him a little story about my mother and how, they used to watch Xena every week, and my whole family, all the divorced women in my family would gather together and watch Xena. And then when Joxer died, there was not a dry eye in the house.
It was so sad.
And he was just like, wow, tell your mom I appreciate it. It's just funny. So you got him to sign your hat.
My hat, yeah.
Tell your director hat. This is an awesome thing. Did you come up with this idea on your own? Because I love this. I want to steal this, to be honest with you.
When I was 16 years old, I went to Hollywood for my 16th birthday. I guess it was my 17th birthday. But my mom was like, oh, what do you want? I'm like, I want this director's hat because I wanted to be a director. And so I walked around Hollywood Boulevard with the director hat on and took all kinds of pictures and stuff.
So it's just a hat that says director.
Yes, it's just a straight up, you go to your little...
Tourist trap?
Yeah. Tourist trap, there you go. And I got a director's hat. And we went to the Bubba Hotep premiere in Santa Monica.
All ties
and
back
saw
to
Bruce Campbell. Yeah. Bruce Campbell was there, did a Q&A. And actually, Danny Hicks was there. And it was pretty funny because he was out in the audience. He doesn't remember that, but he was there. And then I went and met Sam Raimi. And then so when I went to see Army of Darkness and Sam Raimi did a Q&A there, I didn't think I'd get a chance to, but the ushers got me to meet him. And I didn't have anything for him to sign, so I had that director's hat and I had a pin. And he signed my hat and it says, to Abby, keep 'em rolling. And
That's
then
awesome.
Yeah. But he forgot to sign his name.
Oh.
So I had to run back out to the when he left, I ran back out and had to chase him down.
Did you get it?
I did. I got his name on there. Yeah,
it.
the photographer there got a picture of him actually signing my hat. That's not my own picture. That was the photographer from Screamfest LA that took that picture, and I stole it from him. He was so nice. He sent me all the pictures because I was got to meet Wes Craven, Eli Roth.
It's great because it all goes back to Sam, really. And just you not having anything to sign, and so this hat
Raimi,
starts its legacy there, right?
Eli Roth and Wes Craven sign it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Michael Strobe he did a short film through the film festival or whatever. So it's signed by a whole bunch of directors. And so I went up to Ted Raimi and I was like, I know that you're going to be a director. You haven't been one yet. We're waiting on these directorial debuts. And he was so honored that he signed it for free. And I was like, how much do I owe you? He's like, nothing. This is a true honor. I'm so thank you for letting me sign this little piece of something. it's pretty awesome. Signed it right above Wes Craven's name, and it's pretty awesome.
And that's what makes it so cool, because like you didn't plan it out. Like I could see somebody saying, I want to get this director hat, and then have a bunch of, you know, famous horror directors sign it, you know, and it's just, it kind of all just happened and became that. And I love that idea.
You can't
That's
beat it.
fabulous.
You know what? I do regret not getting John Landis's, because he was there with Sam Raimi, like as his date. But I didn't, at the time, I didn't know who John Landis was, and I feel really bad because it hit me about 2 weeks later. I was like, oh my God, he did freaking American Werewolf in London.
Well, of course. I mean, he's done a lot more. I'm just saying, I'm trying to think how he ties into Sam. Sam had a cameo in Spies Like Us.
Oh yeah, and they did a whole bunch of other ones together. Like they cameoed as doctors in another movie. I can't remember what movie it was. So they cameo in all their films together.
Yeah. I love Landis. Landis is a great director.
Oh yeah, I love John Landis.
He did The Blues Brothers, which is one of my favorites.
Yes.
He's done a lot of good stuff. But see you next Wednesday. Do you know about that? We kind of get off track, but yeah, in every one of John Landis's movies, there will be somehow, you know how Raimi, you know, has the Wes Craven thing, or, you know, Raimi has his little things that he'll put in every film, the classic, what have you.
Yes.
John Landis is the term, see you next Wednesday.
Really?
You'll hear it or see it in everything he's ever done. Absolutely. Even the Thriller video.
That's such a good video too.
Yeah, man. So yeah, that's amazing. So yeah, that would have been nice to get his signature. So who's next on your director's hat? Who do you hope to see next?
I got Bruce Campbell's.
You were just talking about the directorial debut for Ted Raimi. Now, we had the scoop from online that it was supposed to be his directorial debut, a movie called The Seventh Floor.
Right.
And we asked him about that, and he said, I said, what can you tell us about that? And he said, I could tell you that will more than likely not be my directorial debut. That's been put off because he's trying to get financing together for another project.
Right.
So,
but he's still planning on directing something next year. Right.
Something will come out, either this film or The Seventh Floor. It's just not known, you know, what's going to be released first.
Yes.
So this is his feature directorial debut, because he's directed, you know, like some TV.
Yes?
Yes, according to IMDb.
Oh.
Some episodes of stuff, but this would be his feature directorial debut.
Oh, all right. That's cool.
Are you doubting me?
No, I don't doubt you. I just thought I IMDb'd it, and it was you didn't direct anything.
Right, because you're thinking maybe of features. Let me see. I'm verifying. This world we live in now is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just telling somebody that, you know, back in the day, we didn't get to Google it. We got to go to the library and look it up through the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Dewey Decimal System. Try to figure that out.
Yeah.
I hated that. It is. It really is. He has 3 directing credits, a TV series called Deathly Spirits.
Oh, that's his YouTube.
Yeah, well, there you go. It doesn't matter. He directed it, right?
No, they were fantastic. If you get a chance, go watch these Deathly Spirits, because they're freaking amazing. Oh my God, he tells a ghost story and then tells you how to make a drink at the end. Like this drink, let's tell a story about this ghost on a bus, and then he'll tell you how to make a Greyhound and tell you his favorite liquor and how you put it together to make the Greyhound, or, you know,
that's great.
Yeah, it's or the what is it, the traditional or stuff like that. It's pretty awesome.
It's a variety show.
But kind of. It's just him doing the radio hour basically, and that's cool. It's so awesome. Check it out.
See, I'm a nerd, right? Yeah. So I like old radio, like from the 40s or whatever.
Right.
I'm a big Groucho Marx fan, so I like to listen to that. So I'm sure I know exactly the style they were going for, and I will definitely
beautiful.
check those out.
Yes. It made me want to drink, that's for sure.
How could it not be great?
Right.
So Ted Raimi, so we meet him, and he's all right, and he's not bad. He's
not bad.
A little bit of a wise ass, but he wasn't. I mean, you know, he's a little bit of a wise ass, but he was really sweet to us.
Dude, he was amazing. So, he gave me a hug. I was pretty excited about that.
You asked for it, yeah.
He
said, can I have a hug?
He's like,
of course.
Yeah.
And then he threw his arm around me. We took a great picture.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. Those are fun times.
Now, fun times. Times I'll never forget.
Yeah.
So we're talking to Ted Raimi, like nothing, you know, and we asked him, hey, can you say you're listening to Bruce on the Loose? And he said, oh, I'm sorry. I haven't heard the show, and I really don't know. You know, I don't do that for something that I haven't heard personally, and you guys could be nihilists or Nazis or something. You know?
It was cute. It was a nice letdown.
Very, very gracious guy. Made a joke out of it.
Yeah.
Love Ted Raimi. He's got it for life, you know?
Yeah, he's
Excellent.
hero. Yeah, he's up there.
So then we moved down. We had to skip a table,
We had to
which
skip
is
a
Dana
table.
DeLorenzo's table, because
Days.
Dana had lines for days, and you'll find out why. I mean, if you saw the beginning of this episode, you know why. But
Oh my god,
we had to
so
skip Dana
much
because
fun.
she was in high demand.
She was. Everybody else's table was really quiet.
It was.
And Dana's got a line out the door. It was pretty funny.
You know, going to these horror conventions my whole life, you mainly got some dudes. You know, it's basically all dudes. There's a lot more women involved in it now, and that's usually because of the creative and the cosplay side of things, you know?
Right.
But way back when I first started going to cons, you were lucky if you had, 3 girls on the floor. Unless they were there, like to be sexy chicks, in horror outfits or
Right.
whatever, So now it's a good mix, but it's mainly dudes. So that's why Dana's in high demand. So we go to the end of Dana's line, and who do we see? Ray Santiago.
All smiles.
What great dude.
He's so
We went over and
smiley.
said hello. He stood up and shook our hand. Very soft-spoken guy. Not much of what I thought. I thought he'd be a little more wild, but he was like, "Hey guys, how are you? How's everything? You enjoying the show?" I thought he was really sweet, really great guy.
Really nice.
Can you say you're listening to Bruce on the Loose? He was like, "Yeah, okay, no problem. Film it right now." He was ready to go. He was ready, and very nice. Answered some questions for us. I asked him, going back. Of course, I asked him if he was aware of the hashtag #BringBackBoomstick movement, and he said he was. He had heard about it online, and then I said, just if we are not able to get a season 4, would the fan base be happy with the way season 3 ends? And he was very elusive about that, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was very, Yeah.
Yeah, he was sort of tap dancing around. At first he said, ask that during the Evil Dead panel later in the day, and we might have some interesting answers for you, because maybe he figured somebody else might answer,
Right.
But he said, to be honest, the fans are going to love what it is, but if this was the ultimate end and there was no more Evil Dead after this, the fans may not be as happy as they should be. But he did say it's a great ending, and I can't wait.
Me too. I'm excited.
I'm scared is what I am, I'll be honest,
Scaredly excited.
Yeah, absolutely. But really scared because, I waited 20-something years for Ash to come back officially.
Yeah, me too.
And now that he's here, it's just like everybody loves the show. Do you hear anybody really badmouth the show? I haven't.
No, I have only heard good things
Not
about
one
it.
complaint.
Right.
To lose that, when we have a chance to save it, would be horrible. So he was real nice about that. I asked him what his next project was. He's trying to get a movie going, he said, about the nightclub in Orlando.
Right.
So that should be really interesting.
Yes, I'm gonna be a heart wrencher for sure.
Oh, absolutely. But I could already, envision what he'd be like in the movie, and I think it would be good. And yeah, definitely going to be a heart-wrenching film.
For sure.
But yeah, he's excited about that. So that would be his next project.
Yes.
And then the wonderful, lovely, amazing
Fan-
Miss Dana DeLorenzo.
She's something else. She's amazing.
She is a ball of energy.
She was like this bomb that was just exploding constant.
She literally was. She engaged every single person on that line for more than their share of time, and nobody was rushing. I didn't mind it because you're talking to other people. You're doing so much,
yeah.
even when you're online. But she gave each and every person their attention, and a good 10, 15, 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, for real. It was fun.
It was amazingly fun. You're just watching her, and she is an amazing performer. Love her to death. Looks like she never gets tired. There was a guy there with a guitar, and she paid him to play some Johnny Cash for her while she, talked and sang along with him every now and then. She would turn around and sing a line, and then she would pose with the guests like she's punching them out, like like she did with Jeremy.
Yes.
Our buddy Jeremy Johnston, who was there with Michael. But we're going to talk about that in a minute. But yeah, did you fall in love with her if you weren't already?
I was already in love with her, but man.
I loved her, but now I am in love with her.
Right? Even I am in love with her.
I fell in love with her. You know why? Because I went up to her and I said, "Hey, how are you? I'm Dino Lorenzo. I'm one of the admins on the Bruce Campbell fan club on Facebook. I'm on the Bruce on the Loose podcast." And she said, "Oh, that's you." And she stood up, and she had heard of me, so right there, my heart exploded.
Right.
But you got to play it cool. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
we
yeah.
shake hands, and she holds my hand, and she smells delicious. And she looks right into your eyes. I'm not kidding.
No,
you know?
I
And
know.
she's talking to you, and she's interested, and she's engaging you, and you absolutely, I just withered.
Oh, I know. I got to. Do you know how nervous I was getting her earring out of her shirt?
Oh, yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah, she got the earring caught, and you helped her with that, right?
Yeah, she just like kind of motioned that I should get it out, and I was like, "Oh, I can touch you."
And then she ran around and she gave us hugs.
Oh, I love her.
And, and she hugged me and she gave us a squeeze. And, this is why this was the best show I'd ever been to. She's amazing. So I told her my story about, this is the Dana DeLorenzo story. And I think it's funny. So.
It is. It's good.
When I first got into the Bruce Campbell fan club, of course, my name, Dino Lorenzo. Her name is Dana DeLorenzo. So, of course, when I joined the Bruce Campbell fan club and became an admin, people who don't really pay attention online, unfortunately, they see Dino Lorenzo and on an on a Bruce Campbell board, they know Dana DeLorenzo and they think it's the same thing. So I was getting wedding proposals in my PMs, private messages with dick pics. So I thanked her for that. I told her the story. She laughed and she apologized.
She was into it. She was like, that was funny.
Absolutely. And she said, I'll tell you what, because you had to put up with all that, you get a free signature here today. Pick out any picture that you want, and I'll sign it for you. And she did. She signed it, you know what I mean? Like, hey, Dino, I do apologize for all the dick pics.
That's awesome.
Dana DeLorenzo. But yeah, so we asked her if she would be on the show also, and she said she will have to clear it with stars, but she's going to see what she can do and let us know in November. Wouldn't that be amazing to talk to her?
Oh my God, I would just die.
Should I profess my
undying love for her?
My now undying love for her? Yes. I mean, should I just keep that to myself?
Jeez. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah.
Just don't let anybody else know.
I'm not stalking her, but she blew me away. And
she really is fantastic.
I was talking to someone and they said she knows exactly what she's doing. You know what I mean? She's making these connections, and this is how you fall in love with her and begin to follow her career. You know what I mean? Like, you'll never forget her if you meet her. I'm telling you right now.
Right, just like her, she's got a new movie, and I follow that now because, oh my God, I can't get enough of her.
Right, she's playing somebody in a mental asylum or something. What is it?
Yeah, the Mad Ones.
Yes, have you seen
the Mad Ones? I have not seen it, but I know that it's on Amazon, I think.
Susan said it was amazing.
Yes, she wrote a big article about it.
Right, 1428L.
Dana came back and said, you should be my agent.
And you see what I mean? And that's what, and she also said, contact me through Twitter, because I don't even check my Instagram. Instagram, I don't even check. It's nothing. But yeah, so.
It's funny because they all have their own little platforms, like Ray's more prominent on Instagram.
Really?
Bruce does Twitter. But he has all the other accounts, and Ted Raimi does both Instagram and Twitter, and Dana's more prominent on Twitter.
I don't see the point of Instagram, but that's just me. I mean...
Instagram is, you either love it or you hate it.
What's the point? I mean, it's just pictures. Okay, I can see the same pictures because you're going to post them on Facebook too.
Right. But you can go from Instagram and just post it to Facebook or all these other things.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we'll leave that at that.
So those were your Evil Dead guests, and they were just amazing. Now, Dana did a promo for us, which you've already seen at the start of this, but she actually did it twice. Do you remember? She did the first one.
3 times.
Was it 3? Mm-hmm. She did the first one, and I remember she said, I didn't like that. Like, she grabbed the phone and just said,
she took my selfie stick. Yeah.
Give me that. I'll do it. And then she did one, and she's like, no, I didn't like that one. Get rid of that one. Let's do this one.
I'm going to do it again.
Yeah. And I mean, so she's on and ready to go. I mean, you see? I can't stop talking about her. I love her. I'm gushing.
She's fantastic. I mean, they're all amazing. She
smelled so good.
But you're so funny. What'd she smell like?
I don't know. It was nice. It wasn't like very flowery, but I really don't know. We have to ask her that. Can you make a note?
Dana, if you're listening to this, what do you wear?
I'll spray it on my pillow now that I'm
Chanel?
single, at night, and it'll help me dream. I don't know. Anyway, it was nice. So the Evil Dead panel, that's going to be like a side episode that we have coming up. It's going to be the next thing that's released after this. Some of the questions you can't really hear, but I got a list of questions and everything. So,
yes.
And that's going to be the Evil Dead panel. Let me tell you something. Ted Raimi took over.
He was like over the top. and you're like, wow, this is like a roast instead of a freaking
Exactly.
Q&A.
It's not just some stuffy Evil Dead panel. What was it like working with Sam Raimi? You know what I mean? It was. You're right. It was absolutely the Ted Raimi roast. I loved it.
Yes,
and he was
it was
on,
fun.
and you could see where he maybe picked a little bit of, you know what I mean, grew into that with Bruce, because Bruce used to babysit him, right?
Right. I wanted to ask him so bad, like, what was it like being sat on by Bruce? You know, he's very intimidating.
It is. Of course he's intimidating. He's done a lot. He's done a lot of work.
Right? He's almost as, like, he's pretty much up there with Bruce Campbell.
Right.
With his
And
cameos and his acting and all that fun stuff.
He's not in Sam's shadow either. I mean, he's forged his own career, you know?
Absolutely.
Like some people hang on to their, you know, famous sibling or whatever. But Ted Raimi, I mean...
He went off and he did his own thing.
He sure as hell did, man. And he's doing great. And he's a great guy. Did you hear Jeremy's story? At some point, Jeremy, going through the con, you know, they had a little area where the guests can go to eat or, you know, refreshments or whatever. And Ted got locked outside.
I remember now.
So he says he's walking by the door and he hears the door going, and he turns and it's Ted Raimi trying to get in, and he can't get in. So he opened the door for him, and Ted walks by. Yeah, thanks. And JJ says, what did he say?
What? No tip.
Yeah, he says, what? No tip? And Ted Raimi says, yeah, quit this racket. You know what I mean? That's almost a Bruceism. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I love that kind of blowhardy, just badass. It's badass.
And it's a good story to tell. JJ will remember that forever.
Absolutely. I let Ted Raimi in, and then he insulted me and left. It was great. Awesome.
At a job that I didn't have.
And you know what's great? Because... We are at the con all weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So were they. We could keep going back to them for little snippets of conversation, and we did. Quite frankly.
Oh man, I would continuously go and shake their hands. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Again.
I mean, like,
they probably
you see one person, you see them all, kind of thing. But if you continuously meet somebody, it only takes 3 times before you know their face.
Right, and you'll remember them.
Right.
And I love that because, you know, your A-list stars, they don't even care. I mean, you've all heard horror stories.
You know, if you've got a bajillion people coming up to you and, you know, on a daily basis, I don't blame these celebrities for being a little, you know.
Maybe how Bruce feels about the Ash character, you think sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, like when Kyle asked me what he should wear, I'm like, dress up in your Hawaiian shirt. And he had a nice Hawaiian shirt. So they actually talked about it for a bit. So complimented.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Go for real. You know, this is not Ash. This is Bruce Campbell.
He is a human
So don't
being.
run up to him and start screaming groovy and acting all silly.
Hey, can you say
you know
groovy
what I mean?
for me? Do I look like a performing monkey?
You know, it's and that's when he starts bearing down on you, as our old friend Casey found out.
Yeah.
However, the Evil Dead guests at this con were amazing, but that was not all that they had. They had Wednesday Morning from the Oddities show.
She's fantastic.
She's beautiful, amazing, and very personable. She told us she said she does a little show for the kiddies, and she had, you know, for the kids, because everybody brings their kids in costumes and stuff. She had a little coloring station with crayons, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
And she was really sweet.
She was. She was really nice.
She was from Oddities San Francisco,
yeah.
I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The spinoff.
And she was really nice. And my friend Lisa's a big fan, and she said, "Oh my God, you know, I heard she follows her, and she said I knew she was going to Sacramento. I didn't realize it was the same convention as you. Can you get a picture with her for me?" And I was like, "Of course." And she was so cool. She's like, "Of course, I'll take a picture." I just like that, you know. She didn't charge me. You know how some people charge, right?
Yeah. She's just, but she, like, we put these people on these pedestals, but they're just human too. Right.
And when they're really down to earth and cool, I love that, because I've met a few that haven't been.
Right.
But everybody at this show was amazing. And then Mark Patton from Nightmare on Elm Street 2, I sat in on his panel. That was pretty amazing. Everybody there had some sort of racket going. They had music. The guy with the guitar.
Yeah.
That was playing for Dana. But they had people doing makeup right then and there.
Yeah, all the face-off
I have a little video. Did you see the video? Exactly. I went through the entire convention.
Yeah, that was a cute video. I liked that video.
And I posted it, with the Evil Dead music. And that'll give you, you know, a little bit of the scope of it. There was dioramas. I mean, anything and everything you could think of.
Yeah, it's a fun convention. It's absolutely my favorite. And I've been to a few. It's a lot of fun. You get a lot of interesting people, and they're all super nice.
Right. And I mean, speaking of interesting people.
Okay.
I'm walking through the convention, and I hear Dino, and I turn around, and it's Kevin Simpson from the fan club.
Right.
And his wife, Barbara.
How fun is that?
And he's like, hey, do you remember me? Because what he did, he had done a giveaway, these awesome Boomstick double barrel lighters, cigarette lighters. And didn't you win?
I won second place.
You won. I mean, I got one for free. He sent one, to me for free. So it was just amazing to see him there.
Yeah, and those lighters were awesome. But yeah.
Do you still have yours?
Yeah, I still have mine.
Good. Yeah, me too.
Right
I
there
never
with
use
my
it.
little shrine of Ash versus Evil Dead stuff.
Kevin and Barbara Simpson, and they hung out with us for the rest of the day, man. Jeremy and Michael were there. Awesome. Mm-hmm. Two cool dudes, man.
Uncle Kevin.
Uncle Kevin, of course. Uncle Kevin was there. Can't forget that. And then Jen Morrow showed up immediately and left. She's real cool.
She's super awesome.
At the con, I'm posting in the Bruce Campbell fan club, and I said, if anybody's here or coming here, let us know, And so she said, what time is it open and how much is it? So I found out for her, and I sent her the info, and then
she popped in, popped out, and she was gone.
Yeah, like the next time I see it, she's like, I had a great time at the convention. I'm like, wait a minute, you left? She's like, yeah, should I come back? I'm like, geez, if you're too far, forget it. But, it was just funny. I figured she would come and hang out. She brought her kids and stuff, right?
Yeah, and she met the whole entire Evil Dead crew, got their autographs, and left.
Inside of like 3 minutes, it seems.
Yeah, she said, I got a message from her, and she said, I'm here. And I go, where? And she's like, I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell?
Jeez, oh my God. But anyway, so there was Jen. That's what I was thinking of. And of course, we had Erica Dawn with us.
Erica Dawn, yeah.
Erica Dawn is a singularity.
She is.
She really is. She's like, I don't know any of these people. I don't know who any of these people are, but it looks fun and it's cool.
Well, she loves me. She's
right, that's right. I'm here for Abby, and it's just funny. I'm like, you have no
these
interest.
People...
She does a lot of these shows, I guess, with you and stuff, and she still don't know. She meets famous people, and it's like, I have no idea who you are.
That's what she said to Bruce Campbell.
I know.
And he loved her. Just absolutely loved her.
Right. Well, she's cool as hell. So, it was great. It was great. So we all went out Saturday night afterward. We went to the dive bar.
It's in downtown.
Boy, the dive bar. Let me tell you, walk into this place and it's done up like a dock or something. You know what I mean? There's
a fish tank. Yeah.
A fish tank. The biggest fish tank you've ever seen above the bar. And barmaids in mermaid outfits swim through the tank.
That's why they call it the dive bar.
And it's gorgeous, right? You think it's just going to be some dive bar. It is literally a dive bar. They're diving into the
right.
tank.
It's a pretty uppity bar for being a dive bar. Smart marketing.
Exactly. But anyway, it was fun. Then we went to the karaoke place next door and didn't karaoke.
Yeah, because I didn't know they were rooms.
Yeah, me neither. I just thought it was a place you sing and everything. But you have your private karaoke
Yeah,
rooms.
That was pretty cool. And Bobby did come with us, so that would have been 6, right?
Right, he hung out for a little while. Didn't we bond?
We bonded. I think the bonding was bonded.
We did, man. You are my awesome partner, man.
Dude, forevers. Word.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You said it. You said, look, I have my best friend forever here and my best internet friend forever here, which is me.
Exactly.
There you go.
And I really miss you.
I had a blast. Yeah, I miss you too. And we haven't talked as much since then. I said, okay, she's done. You know what I mean?
Really?
No, not really.
I'm like, oh my God, he doesn't like me.
Like,
he met me in life and now he doesn't want to talk to me.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I was talking to my friend last night who was in town, and he said, hey, I heard the show, man. It's really cool. And he said, you know what you're doing. You're funny. You got the little hot chick with you. You know what I mean? It's a good show. I was like, cool, man. Yeah. That's good. So you're the little hot chick.
I know. That's why.
Which is why I let you win. It was all rigged.
Right.
To be the co-host of the contest. Right, absolutely. No, you sang. Sang.
Right. You can't deny it. I sing.
You're going to end each show with song.
Oh, yeah. What?
Every episode, yeah. You're going to sing us some karaoke.
I'm just going to do a little jingle.
Right, but it has to be Bruce related.
Yeah, got it.
So what's your first one? I'll tell you what. Sing the song that they sing in the beginning of Evil Dead.
Oh, I don't know it. I could never figure it out. Do you know it?
No, it's not a real song. Yeah,
that's all I could make out.
Well, I've been gone too long, but I will surely inform you that don't you sleep on me right. I was gone
It is a real song, isn't it?
No, I don't. I've looked for it for years.
I swear,
I don't think it's...
in Intruder, Sam Raimi is whistling it.
I'm pretty sure.
So.
I need to see that again. I told Danny, I said, I need to see this again.
I know.
And I need the uncut one that you got.
Yeah, I got it for $6.99 on Amazon.com with Prime.
Yeah, bam. Have you watched it yet?
No, I've seen it. I've seen it before, but I haven't.
Well, of course, but you just want to collect it.
Yeah, I opened it up for him to sign it. It's a good movie. With kids.
Oh, it's
with
great.
Kids, you can't really watch it. So I have to wait for a time.
And you got the two little ones.
That they're asleep or they're preoccupied, and it just hasn't. It's just never. So by the time they're asleep, I'm like, okay, I'm out. Pieces.
You use that time to do the show.
Right. I do the show while they're awake. My mom watches the son while the little girl's at school.
Oh, boy, look at you. That's time management.
Yeah. And my mom's awesome.
So I'm moving out to Sacramento, I think.
I think you should. We could hang out.
I would love to move out there, but it's too expensive. Way too expensive.
It's more expensive than
I got to
Florida.
stay here in Florida. Yes. Are you kidding? Florida is pretty
Really?
cheap. Damn is right, because we'd be hanging out all the time.
For real. They're
Absolutely.
barbecues. It'll be fun.
Yeah, man. So, tell me about what happened at the Bruce Campbell appearance that Tuesday.
That was
Where
crazy.
was it at?
Sacramento. Arden Fair. Barnes & Noble.
And you met up with a bunch of our pals there.
There was so many people from the Bruce Campbell fan club. They were asking me for buttons and stuff, and I was like, I don't have any buttons left. You should have came to Sinister Creature Con. No, yeah. They were like, we're from the fan club. Can we get a button? I'm like, yeah, but I got to save one. So I ended up saving one, and everybody was still asking me for buttons. But
I think I have 4 left.
Well, aren't we lucky? I've got none left. Well, I got the one that I wear.
Right, I have that. Well, that one I don't count because that one's mine.
Right, and that one's
but
mine.
I think I have four left. Yeah, from that weekend. Giving them out.
Exactly.
You gave out a ton.
100.
Wow.
No.
Right.
And
no, you're right.
all the celebrities got.
And they took it too. That was great. I love. They took
were
our button and they were like,
cute.
"Thank you so much." Absolutely. So Bruce took the button, huh?
Yeah, that's the story, and I'm sticking to it. No, he came out and he did his little Q&A. Everybody was really excited.
I saw that.
Yep, you can see it. Somebody posted the YouTube video. It's on 1428 Elm. Susan did a write-up on us for that, and I got called a boomstick biatch.
Yes, by Bruce himself.
And by Bruce himself, and that was pretty fantastic.
And why did he call you that?
Because I yelled out, "Bring back boomstick."
Good girl.
Well, Kevin started it, and so when I get excited, I have this really loud booming voice. Like, the guy asked, how he got the scar on his chin, and
hey, boomstick biatch.
that was awesome.
It was great.
It was awesome. Check out the video. That's all me.
Bruce gave you a name, so that's what you are. You are our
Boomstick biatch. Anyways, and then we all got rushed through the line. It was pretty awesome. So then when I got my hat signed, I was going to walk away, and I go, "Oh my God, wait, do you take things?" And he's like, yeah, what do you got?" I'm like, "A button," and threw it at him, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll take that," and set it aside. So in all my pictures, you can see our buttons there by him. It's pretty awesome.
That's awesome.
He laughed at it. He looked at it. It was pretty awesome.
I was supposed to meet him in Atlanta this past weekend, but unfortunately I had to cancel my trip with recent developments. But I will see him Thursday in Orlando, November 2nd, in Orlando at Coliseum of Comics. I'll tell him. Bruce on the loose. Bring back Boomstick.
Bring back Boomstick. Hopefully you get a little bit more time with him. Go to the end of
I don't
the
know.
line. Go.
Was
to
Mike
the end
was
of
Mike
the
Estes
line.
running things at your show?
Man, he is on it. I mean, he's not rude or mean or anything. He's just he knows how to control a crowd, man.
Right.
So I walked over.
He's a good dude.
He is. He's a very nice guy. I walked over to the side to get pictures of Nicole Simon and Jeremy Johnston and everybody. And he, was like Jedi mind forced me back over to the line where I was rushed through. And
just with a look.
No, he motioned. It was a pretty sturdy, like, why are you over there? I'm like, I just want to take some pictures. Is it okay? No, it's not okay. Get back in line. I'm like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody got their pictures.
He's got a job to do.
Everybody got their pictures. It was no big deal. It was all good. It was a fun time.
Right.
It was.
I'm sure. It looked like a great time.
Helen Chisholm was there. I mean,
I was gonna say, so Nicole Simon, Kevin and Barbara Simpson,
Jeremy Johnston,
Helen
Chisholm, and then a whole
Love Chiz,
and Uncle Kevin, Ron,
Uncle Kevin, of course,
my
Ron.
two kids, Sam and Raimi. It was fun. It was a good time. Oh, Jen Morrow. I mean? Jen Morrow was there. And I finally got to meet her at the
okay.
Yep, finally got to give her a hug and stuff. And
that's awesome.
Yep.
And you know what? It's really cool. Everybody had their carnations on?
Yes, the majority of them did. And they brought extras for the people that were in the fan club that didn't have them. So
do you see what I mean? How cool this is? I mean, how cool is that? It's our family, man.
Yes, and those
we spend so much of the day together every day. So if you want to meet Bruce Campbell fan club members at an event, wear a white carnation with red accents. It's supposed to be a bloody carnation.
Yes, a bloody carnation.
Absolutely.
You can find them at the dollar store.
Yeah, Dollar Tree. Mm-hmm. They fall apart rather quickly. Mine, I mean, I think it took me 15 minutes to decimate mine into shreds.
Well, I didn't
even touch
very good. It was a spur of the moment type thing. I forgot about the carnations because I was so worried about getting those dang buttons in time that I just threw these things together. Like it was actually just a white carnation that I sprayed with blood.
But I'm going to have to get a new one for this Thursday. Because at Coliseum of Comics, where Bruce is going to appear, it's crazy. It's in Orlando, so it's almost 2 hours away from me.
Yes.
So I get out of work at 4:30. Oh. Bruce goes on at 6. So yeah. So I may miss
Susan.
his. Right. Basically that's why I'm going. You know what I'm saying?
Screw
I'll get
Bruce.
to meet
I'm
Bruce
just going to meet
30
Susan.
seconds. No, Susan, and there's a couple other dudes.
That's awesome.
From the fan club, Mike Stuckert and Jason Dixon, and a couple of local guys. You know what I mean? That I've been trying to meet up with. Yes, great dudes. So they're like, hey, let us know. But they even offered a ride. You know what I mean? One of them said, hey, if you want to ride over together, that's cool. And I'm like, I'm going to be going late, bro. You know, I don't want to blow that for you.
Right.
So,
but save me a spot.
Either I sneak out of work early or something. You know, I'll figure it out. But I will go to meet the great Susan Layton, who I admire very much. She's awesome.
I love her.
And 1428elm.com.
Yes.
Love them too.
Yes. They're great.
They do a lot of good stuff. It's your best source for horror news. Big supporters of Ash vs. Evil Dead. I love that. 1428elm.com. And that's horror news for all your horror needs. And then for Evil Dead news, you would just go to evildeadnews.com.
Yes.
That's my favorite site for they are on top of it too.
Oh man. Yep. Deadite Slayer for your pictures, your crazy pictures that I've never seen before.
She makes them herself. She does like GIFs from every single frame of every Evil Dead film. And they're great. Yeah. She is amazing. I love her site. The layout of it is beautiful.
Yes.
I told you you'd love it. I mean, it's just everything about it is great.
Like, wow. Thorough.
She is dedicated. We love her.
Yes.
You know what? We gave away a beautiful chainsaw hand, and the winner of that was Jeremy Johnston.
Yes. And it is gorgeous. I got to hold it.
You already held it?
Yeah. It was awesome.
Oh, because you saw each other. Oh, my God. I've seen pictures. I mean, I know Nicholas Valenza makes the best chainsaws anyway.
Yes.
Replica chainsaws at Nick's Saw Mart on Etsy.com.
And it's so deep. It's got a good weight to it. It's the detail in
it's
it.
Firm.
It's just fantastic. Yeah, it's firm.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I don't know.
No, it's really
well. No, because sometimes depending on the materials that you use, like Kevin Simpson had, he went to the Sacramento Sinister Creature Con as Ash, and he took like a Tide bottle.
Yeah,
and
it was an Arizona tea bottle.
Blade.
It was awesome.
Right, that's what it was.
Yes.
Right, and I mean, it was awesome. It looked awesome, and and you saw how light that thing was.
That thing was amazing.
So that's what I mean. It's like firm. It's
this thing is.
It's a real prop.
This thing was like holding a chainsaw. Straight up, it's beautiful. It's got so much weight to it, and
that's amazing, and I can't wait to see it one day. Next time I go out there, I'm sure Jeremy, you have to let me.
It's probably up on his mantle, and then it makes sounds.
He already does it really?
Yes, it's got a sound box on the inside, and it's going.
I did not know that.
And it will continue. It doesn't stop. It just goes until you turn it off.
That is fabulous. See, now I want one.
Right?
I definitely want. I mean, I've always wanted one, but. Wow, that sounds great. He already used it. He already wore it. Did he come in? What is it? Second or third place?
Third place.
Third place in a.
That's pretty fantastic for an
Ash
costume. Ash doesn't usually take the. Well, no, they just a lot of people don't know who Ash is. If you go to like your local pub or anything like that, I mean, he was walking down the street and they're like, "Oh, great movie," and I was like, "You're getting so much attention, Jeremy." He's like, "Yeah, it's actually the first attention I've gotten all day," but yeah,
that's great.
It was fun.
So what else do we got? Oh, I finally got your wearable art. I love it. You gave me the Ash and the evil Ash, and then you gave me Necronomicon earrings for our friend, the lovely Brittany Anderson.
Yeah.
But thank you for giving that to me, because I love it, and my mother loves them. She's like, "Oh wow, who made that?"
That's awesome.
Oh man, so it was just amazing. It was a great trip to California. Thank you, Kara Evans. I have become very close to many people in the fan club. I mean, seriously close, closer than my friends in real life.
Right.
That I'll talk to every day, like you, like Kyle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Kyle.
You know,
we love Kyle.
Love Kyle. Love Kyle. He's great guy. And that's it for this episode of Bruce on the Loose. Hashtag bring back boomstick.
Halloween night and throughout time.
Forever.
Forever.
Even after season 5 is over.
Even after the show is over. Bring out back the boomstick, yo. Forever.
Yes, bring it back. And you have a good one, everybody. We love you.
Love you.